Zeldin's back today. He's a former prosecutor, these days a criminal defense attorney, and seems like almost a daily visitor to us, helping us walk through these trials, which we really appreciate. Thank you, by the way, because you're able to put it kind of in context. Kid Cudi. All right, let me give you an example. So this thing on the home, the first thing, I'll ask you, what they're trying to go for here in a second, but it's not even clear if it was in the home. But here's what Kid Cudi said. He said, he broke into my home and he said, "Hey, what's up?" And I said, "MFer, are you still in my house?" He says, "I'm here waiting for you." And then there was a back and forth later, apparently, where they had some DNA and stuff, and it's not even clear if Diddy was there. But you've been saying they got some work to do to establish, the prosecutors, what they really want to establish. Are they getting anything done today with any of this?
As my friend Tiffany said moments ago, Diddy? No, he didn't. This, once again, how is this relevant to him running a criminal enterprise, sex trafficking, making people engage in commercial sex acts,
right,
bringing prostitutes across state lines? You know what this shows him? He is jealous. He is angry. He doesn't like his woman messing with anybody else. I don't agree with what he did. Bunch of state crimes, including arson and burglary. But no, right guy, wrong case.
Right guy, wrong case. Now, when you say Tiffany, you mean the person who does makeup here? That's interesting.
That's
to
right.
Bring that up. I'll tell you why that's it. Well, first of all, I can tell Tiffany knows a lot about this. That's number one. Number two, anyone who works in this industry, even adjacent to it, like we do, we're in news, but anyone who works in entertainment or media at all, they know those are the people who really know what's going on. The makeup people.
Look what they do to me. Do you know what I look like without makeup? I mean, and I'm not great with makeup.
I was going to say we can only do so much, Randy. But no, seriously, they know what's going on. So what in the trial today, they called this woman by the name of Mila Morales, and she had done the makeup for Cassie, right? So she was the one that was, saw all the bruises. Remember we talked about that the other day. So they're again trying. You're saying that they're struggling to do. There she is.
I wish all that it was a struggle. It's not a struggle. It is like you telling me, okay, Randy, today we're going to talk about the Diddy trial, and I come on and decide I'm going to talk about the Harvey Weinstein case. Why not? They both involve sex and ugly stuff, but I don't want to talk about
the only thing I can think is they're trying to work towards something. Because, for example, I don't think he's been called yet, but they had one of the executives from his company supposed to come up. I think it was the CFO, and they're going to take tomorrow off and Monday off for the holiday. But once next week comes up, maybe you hear something from someone there that they've established this behavior, and then you get into how he was using his business as a criminal enterprise.
What are they waiting for? This is not a movie. This is real life. This is a trial. You promise a jury that you're going to deliver, and so far they have not delivered. They've delivered a monster, a horrible person, a disgusting person, someone who should be in jail for assault.
No, I get your point.
But not this stuff, not for what he's charged with.
Some of the, like the male escort, that guy was a Punisher.
The Punisher.
Yeah, Punisher. So he's up. So moving guys like that across state lines, is that some of the, we're getting closer on that? That's not an issue either?
He would take, I dare say, if I am Mr. Combs and his legal team, I'll take a conviction for the Mann Act, which is bringing prostitutes across state lines all day long. Zero minimum. The only charge he is scared of is the sex trafficking, because that is a 15-year mandatory minimum.
What's the RICO one?
0 to 20. He'll take that also. And again, so far, they have not established a criminal enterprise. Because how is the enterprise profited from any of this?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about when they, his assistants and that kind of thing, and then if they go executive. But let's put that aside for a second. So you say sex traffic is the charge if they really want to get him, and really. So how would I get it? You say they're not doing it. How would they establish that? What would they have?
I have no idea, because their star witness again testified to her credit truthfully. There was no force to engage in these particular sex acts. There was no coercion. There was no fraud. Engaging in those sex acts, you have her saying, I can't wait. You may have her being coerced and defrauded and forced to do other things, but not the sex trafficking, not the freak-offs. They don't have it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.